Hello everyone, welcome to Make You Play with Uche plus Kachi.
You're not so excited. Why?
I am excited.
Are you excited?
I am excited.
Hello everybody, welcome to Make You Play with Uche plus Kachi. Yeah.
That's how we
Your
roll. Introduction is better than my...
Of course.
My dear, competition now.
Of course. Who did it
Please
better?
welcome to Make You Play with Uche plus Kachi.
Who did it better?
And it's always a joy for us to come your way.
Of course
We're always
it is.
so
Of
delighted
course
and so
it is.
excited to come your way.
Of course it
and
is.
we thank you so much for watching our channel and subscribing to our channel as well. Thank you, and for commenting and sharing and everything.
Yes, we're
thank you so much
grateful
for all your support. We appreciate you.
We're truly grateful, and we've got some fantastic stuff for you guys today.
Yes.
Today is Gist Day.
Gist
Day. And what are we talking about?
We're going to be sharing on dating other people.
Dating other people.
Dating other people. Please, first of all, let's issue a caveat disclaimer. We are not talking about in marriage at all.
Thank
that's
you
not
very
even
much.
the reference. So
Thank
we're not
you
talking
very
about
much.
dating up with in marriage at all.
I have not dated anybody
I
in
beg.
marriage, please.
No, but dating other people. So before we met each other,
Exactly.
and all of that,
Before we became Uche plus
obviously,
Kachi, what were we?
yeah,
You
there were
know?
other people that we had interest in, we
yes,
liked, and all of that. So
from as far back
we're
as
gonna be talking
only God
about
knows.
that. Yeah, I mean, even growing up as kids, you're gonna like people. There are people that you actually like their behavior and things like that. Before the whole world of dating, and then I'm just thinking, growing up, dating,
Whoever wanted to discuss that with you, whoever.
Your parents don't even want to hear day.
They don't want
They
to
don't
hear.
even complete the dating like day. So you didn't want to hear at all.
Or you even say, "Mommy, oh, there's this girl." Like, what?
There's this what? Focus on your book.
You hear
this one, that one.
Onyekachi Isigini.
But okay, now like with being older and then going to be be parents when we eventually become parents, we won't do that. We would actually have this conversation with our kids because really what you don't explain to your kids, they will find out elsewhere.
Find out. And
elsewhere,
especially in today's world,
there is always a way.
Everything
and
is, come on.
Literally,
you don't teach them, you don't talk to them about it. Come on, curiosity.
They will find out. They will
it
definitely
only
find out.
increases the curiosity. Now, I remember this story in SS3 happened, and we were graduating, and we had this dinner planned. So prom, everyone was supposed to get a date and pay blah 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 blah. And my mom helped fund this, my dinner. And much later, after dinner was done, everything was concluded. We were then going through the books. Oh, we spent this, blah blah blah. And then she says, "Oh, okay, you had extra money. What did you do with that money?" I said, "Oh, I paid for my date's dinner." She goes, "Huh? Hey, I will tell your daddy. I will tell your daddy. I will tell your daddy. I will tell." I'm like,
for real though. Like our parents didn't want to hear anything dating. Didn't want to hear anything at all. But I would say the older I got, though, my mom actually started to say, "Oh, make friends." Like that became her thing. "Oh, make friends, make friends," and everything. "Oh, you can have friends." Of course, when I'm asking direct questions, she won't go there at all. But "Oh, make friends, make friends," and
just like one time, my mom said to me, "Oh, is there anybody you are talking to? Is there anybody you are..."
They always ask that eventually. But that advice actually came in quite handy later though. Like my mom's advice was quite good. So mommy, thank you for that. Because that make friends really did come in handy the older I got. I mean, I don't have that many dating stories, guys, because I really don't. Some are suppressed memories, some are just I don't even know. But I didn't really date that much. But I'll share this story that comes like top of mind really when it comes to
gist.
But really, we didn't date. We're just friends. We're friendly, very friendly, and he wasn't based in Lagos, so out of town, came into Lagos, and then took him to get some food. So I'm like, "Oh, I'm a host, right? Let me pay for your food and I mean, you came to visit, so let me pay for your food." And then he goes, "Oh no, don't worry about it," and all of that. I'm like, "No, let me pay. I'm a good host. He's like, oh,
Hospitable.
don't worry.
That's a hospitable spirit.
And then he pays for his own food. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I want to get some food as well. I'm like, oh, okay, let me go get, because it was in the mall, so I wanted something else that was different. Oh, let me go here to get my food. And he's like, oh, okay, I don't have cash for you. I don't have any money for you. Like, I was just like, oh, wow. Wow. I mean, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I paid for my own food, hey. But it was just weird because I offered to pay for your own, and then when you said no, I'm going to pay for my own. And then when it comes to like my own food now, you all of a sudden don't have any money.
Ungentlemanly.
I just noted it. I was like, oh, okay, no problem.
Ungentlemanly.
Noted. And then we get back to my house. I'm like, oh, let me go change so I can, be more comfortable and all of that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, don't go and change. I'm like, huh? Please,
Yes.
if you know me,
Yes, man. That's a yes, man.
you know what kind of control is that? I was
That's
like,
a
it doesn't
yes,
even make
man.
any sense. Let me go and change and be more comfortable. He's like, no, don't change. I was like, okay, this is weird. But guys, I go and change it that way because what? And then I come downstairs and then he's eating at the table. So I'm like, oh, let me get you a placemat. He's like, oh no, if you touch my food, I'm going to put it in the trash. Okay. What kind of Hollywood, Bollywood story is this one?
Yeah, exactly.
And
all
then,
combined, like.
and then I touch, I'm like, oh no, placemat. So I'm like, okay, you can't even be serious. I lift up the thing and pull placemat. I tell you that he literally took the
right before your eyes
and put it in the trash.
In the trash.
Trash, no joke. I can
Dunk.
never forget it.
Dunk. Come
Goes
on.
and trashes the
man.
whole thing. I'm like, what? Okay. So I'm like, at that point I was like, this doesn't even make no sense. I'm just upset. And then I'm like, what? Why are you gonna do that? Like, trying to make sense. Like, oh, I told you not to go and change, and you went to go and change. Blah blah blah. I'm like, huh?
Come on.
Like, are you like what? I told you I was even going to go and change. I told you, it's like,
what's wrong
but
with
I
that?
told you not to go and do. So why would you do what I
man.
told you not to do? I'm like, this is not gonna work.
You have to know
I'm a
what you
grown
want.
woman. I have a mind of my own. I have opinions.
Like,
I am very opinionated. Like,
and that's one of the things I love about my wife.
exactly.
She is opinionated, so she knows what she wants. And I would always tell her, even right when we were dating, I always tell her, I love how you think.
I actually did.
I love how you think. I love your mind. Even when I met her parents, I told them, I said, I love how she
like
thinks.
it's such a thing now that even I'm like, I don't have any opinions. It's
When
like,
she
what
says
do you
no,
mean?
when she says no,
You have an
I
opinion.
I
You have
said no.
opinions.
You have an
He
opinion.
said, I like
I need
literally.
to, and it helps me because I get that second view, that second perspective, And
No, I promise that was like film trick that day. Like, literally takes it to the track. Like,
Did you tell Daddy?
I did. They had a good laugh. They said, my dear, this one will drop your third mainland because the way your mouth is. I'm opinionated. I'm going to tell you how I think. I mean, that's how I grew up, and it's important that I don't have anybody who's going to stifle my voice, who's going to try to control me, who's going to basically tell me, oh, when to sit down, when to drink water, when to do.
Yeah.
No, it literally made no sense. But literally, after that day and, all the experiences combined, my resolve even became stronger on what it is that I wanted, and I wasn't even going to settle. I wasn't going to settle for any anger issues. I wasn't going to settle for any sort of
Did he
stifling.
come back to apologize as to?
Well, he sort of explained why exactly. Then came back later and then sort of gave like explanations as to, oh, this happened. I'm like, you know what? That's great, but it's just not gonna be a good fit. It's just not it's not a good fit. And even now, we're actually still cool.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he has learned from the experience and all of that. Why everybody is settled in their own homes and everything.
Yeah.
But I was very clear, like it's just not gonna work. No.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. And one thing that made me realize, and even further on in life, is that the fact that somebody is nice does not necessarily mean they're for you.
They're for you.
People can be nice.
Yeah,
doesn't mean they're for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one wasn't even that nice to me. So, literally, very clear. Like, this is not gonna work.
Talking about our dating stories now. If she doesn't have dating stories, then imagine. So not because but for me, it was more like, I'm loosened up now. Like, I'm loose. I am a whole lot loose now. Like, loose. She has done a whole lot of work on me. Jesus save my soul. But much earlier, even though I was the jester of the family, but being like, when it comes to life, I'm like straight jacket. Like very straight jacket and straight and narrow. And God knows my heart, and maybe that's why he said, this boy, I'm going to watch over you. Literally, I'm going to watch over you. I'm going to help you because I don't want you making any mistake. Because for me, it was the case of the first person I got serious with. Like I know so much. I thought it that the first person I get serious with, that's the person I want to get married to. And so I didn't date in uni. The closest I came to dating in uni was, there was this girl in uni, and we were on a vehicle going to school. We took a bus going to school together, and I think I paid her fare because she didn't have change, and the conductor was making a fuss out of it, blah blah blah. And so because I extended that gesture towards her, we got talking on the bus, and we just talked and got to school. I saw her off to her department and all that, and then we exchanged numbers and we just kept chatting away. So one of those days I thought to myself, maybe this is the girl, right? And when you meet people like that, like she was saying, they can be nice but they're not for you. So I was probably thinking, maybe she might be and I remember saying to myself one of those days, I told my friends in uni, and like, Kachi like somebody, surprise.
Surprise.
So I said to myself one of those days, I was reading and just praying and stuff in my room, and I said, God, if she's the one that you prepared for me,
you put your fleece, let her
contact me. Guys, I lie not to you. In less than 1 minute, this girl called me. I was shaking. I said, what is this? Lies. She called me few days after. So it's like, Gideon saying to God, the fleece. If you're with me, do this, blah blah blah. Sometimes when you do that, the enemy also plays pranks. The enemy also plays pranks. And so few days after that, I then learned from the same girl that she's getting married. I'm like, come on now, come on. So if I throw myself into all that, then
what a story.
So that was the closest I came to.
Actually, I didn't date in uni.
That was the closest I came to.
Actually, so this story I shared after.
Yeah.
After uni. I didn't date in uni.
Yeah. That was the closest I came to dating.
Wow, 4 years. Oh my God.
And then now outside of uni, so much later, a few years before I met this sexy girl.
Oh my God.
So I there was this other girl that I told her I liked her. Now, note again, language, choice of words. I told her I liked her, and then I asked her if she was in a relationship, and she said yes. So that was like, okay. I said, well, that's fine. You're in a relationship. I would do nothing to interfere with it. I'm not going to. And but then after that, so I've made my stance clear. Like, okay, even though I like you, but I'm not going to do anything to. So you guys be on your own whilst I'm on my own doing my own thing. But I kept getting mixed feelings. So there were mixed signals. Mixed signals. So it's almost a case of, oh yeah, don't be a stranger. Even though I'm like, but then, it always kept me uncomfortable, and it was uncomfortable. And at the point, I'm like, no, I can't. You're not sure, and it puts you in that state of uncertainty, not being sure as to what you're doing or what you're not doing, and those mixed signals. And it got to a point, and I'm like, you know what, that interest is off. And I told her,
are you in Friendzone?
Oh yes, thank you very much. Friendzone. So you put somebody in the friend zone. So guys, I was friend zoned though. I was friend zoned. I'm airing myself out here. Like I was friend zoned, and
But you're still very hopeful.
Yeah, somewhat so. Somewhat so. And I'm not gonna lie, I was somewhat hopeful still, but it got to a point. I'm like, this is not it. Sometimes you just get that thing in your spirit. Whilst so it's like, you're waiting at the well, waiting for the day Rebecca is going to show up. Meanwhile, you stay there waiting. Come on, and then you're there, and then God now says to you, listen, that's not it. And then, it gives you clarity, and gives you clarity and strength to be able to say, you know what, yeah, I might have told you I liked you before, but I think
to take a walk. Really.
Yeah, that interest is off now.
To take a walk from that situation.
Yeah, so I took a walk from the situation. So you can imagine, I didn't get to date anybody. I'm going to still tell you guys the story of when I met this girl. How
literally.
You want to hear?
I know. I asked him. I was like, "Oh, did you have any relationships and all of that?" And he didn't really have stories. I couldn't believe it. Like literally. So, I didn't go to school in Nigeria for context, because when in uni they used to think that these Nigerian girls were tough and everything. So it wasn't a lot of us that actually dated. Some did, but it wasn't a lot at all. And then he went to school in Nigeria. So I used to say, how didn't you date? Like, I didn't understand that. Like, well, until I got to know him a little bit better, I'm like, oh, I see why you did it. But really, one of the things that, it helped, all those experiences helped refine us. Helped refine us and helped now resolve, like, I wasn't going to bend into pretzels for anybody or, try to make changes or, if I was going to make changes, it was for better. So it was always going to be like, how can I be a better person? And then raising the standard. It wasn't going to be bending into pretzels and trying to understand the fact that one had anger issues and then, how am I going to manage your anger issues? I wasn't going to manage anybody's anger issues.
Sometimes in relationships, we always try to overestimate.
Oh my God, people constantly overestimate. Like literally, that was, for me, anger issues was a deal breaker.
The truth is, and now, that's not to say God can't change people. Yeah. That's not to say people cannot change, but you have to be clear about what it is you can handle.
Exactly. Perfectly.
You have to be clear about what it is you can handle, and even changing. Because the whole fact. Now they say to people is, you're not the Holy Spirit. You can't change anyone.
Absolutely.
You can't change anyone, and the thing is, even you, as a person, if you're going to change, it has to be your decision. Yeah. It has to be your decision. And so, like she was saying, I totally agree with you. As a single person, as you move up the ladder, as you grow, as you mature, it should be for better. Better. However you were 3 years ago or 3 relationships ago, where you are today should meet you better than you were. Yeah. 3 years back or 3 relationships back, because from every relationship, for me, I learned never to
drag anybody.
Nah. String anyone along. I learned never to string anyone along. If I'm with you, I'm with
friend zone self. You learn not to do the
friend zone thing, and maybe also that's something I'm grateful to God for where we are. We share our story with you. How we met. You're
gonna share that story.
Straight.
Very straight. So in fact, me straight shooter, because no time to waste time.
So that's the thing. So you have to be clear. So that clarity also comes from knowing who you are, knowing what things are important
and not
to you.
Overestimating. I think it's so key. A lot of times we bend into pretzels, trying to accommodate all sorts. Of things. Like literally, I would say that's like, even got to the point where people started to say, how are you not going to get married and blah blah blah. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Carry placard? I just wasn't going to settle. I literally wasn't going to settle for just trying to manage. I didn't want to manage. I didn't want
to step out with
seriously. I wasn't going to do like management. I'm sorry, like life already. As an individual, you're already trying to navigate your own life. Yeah. I'm not trying to now come into this management system, where I'm doing Cambridge, Harvard degree on top of one person. That wasn't going to happen, man. And so that clarity is, like you said, is very critical.
Very key. So we know this one is for our single friends, and for everybody.
Don't share gist,
share gist with you, man. There's so much gist now, so many things we want to share with you about our lives and everything, and we sincerely are grateful that you watch it through the end.
And we want you to
Always.
Always. Subscribe. Why are you looking at me now? Let's say it together.
I want you to like.
Okay, like.
I want you to comment.
Comment.
If you have any questions, please post them to us. You can find us on Instagram at uche.kachi. That's for our joint Instagram handle. You can also find our individuals. I'm at Kachi Asoa, KATCHIEASUGHA. You see right there on your screen. And she's at Uche1201.
I think we could get that wrong.
Of course not.
Alright.
And then we also want you to share, and we also want you to subscribe.
And
hit that notification button for every time we drop a video. So once again, it's been a pleasure. Until we come your way next time, next episode. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye.
We love you. Bye.